Hello and welcome to the last video of this series because today is the last day that I will be active for now. Out of this pack I know Baneslayer is pretty good, Gideon is obviously pretty good, but I think Control Magic has to be the better card here. It's a sick card, there's not a lot of other good blue in the pack, so I might cut blue from the people to my left, while if I pick one of these two, the person to my immediate left would go normally Control Magic with blue, of course. But then the person next to that picks up one of these two. While if I do this, the two people to my left will go white normally. And then I have some more blue picks in the second pack. So definitely picking that up. Maybe into the row wheels, maybe give some given wheels, and I can go Reanimator for once. But it seems unlikely, like I never have been able to do so. Under this pack, I actually like Liliana. It works with Reanimator if I do want to go that team. It works in control deck, and it's just an all-around good card. If I can build up some card advantage, I guess. There's a lot of red in that pack, so pretty annoying. And I mentioned this before in the video, but it would be pretty awesome if they showed you the previous pack, which cards were still in it, so while commentating you can keep them active. Could have also right-clicked it, of course, and just slowed it down, but then the videos just become longer. I don't know. Maybe it has a too big downside. Who shall tell? So this member is definitely a good card. There's also Tyrant, which is a pretty good card, but probably not good enough. I think this member is the better card. Like Maze of It is also really good, but I'm gonna go with the removal spell. That does not cost me a land drop. There's also Mother of Runes Mirror Crusader here, so the people to my left who are white are still gonna be really happy with this. And let's keep them happy, shall we? But I'm gonna go for the dismember here. Not a lot of blue cards, but okay. There's Thirst for Knowledge, which does fit the Reanimator team if I can get it. There's also Palladium Mirror, which is really good. But I think I'm gonna pick up a Thirst here for now. Like, it's just an all-round decent card. Vidalcan Shackles, definitely have to pick that up here. This pack is loaded though. There's a Hinder, a Miscalculation, a Library. All good cards, and there's this or this for mono red. There's this for the mono black player, whoever is that player. But Shackles in the blue deck, definitely a strong card. There's Makeshift Mannequin, so that's the very first card we can get for Reanimator. There's also Skin Render, Garden Hellkite I would pick up because I can reanimate it, but I think I have to pick up the Makeshift Mannequin here. It's instant, so it's really good. It has value outside of just reanimation because it can get any kind of creature back, so yeah, definitely picking it up. Now normally reanimation you're gonna go white as well, so I think picking up a Yosei here is fine. The problem is that if I do want to splash, it's gonna be a bit hard, especially seeing that the people to my left are actually white, so maybe going red or green is better. But do I really want to pick up a Master of the Wild Hunt? I don't think so. I think in that case picking up a Needle is better, or maybe the Basilica just to splash. Let's go with the Basilica and just splash. We're not sure yet what we're gonna do with it, so yeah. I think here then, for the same reason, don't pick up any of these, but just go for the gate. And see what comes. Now, if it's my opening spec, so maybe Gifts did wheel. And if Gifts wheels, that's a really nice one for me to pick up here. The other card I wanted was Into the Roll, but that seems unlikely that that will wheel. Gifts is possible though. It's not a card that's really highly picked. But it can work if I can get... God damn it, why do I still not know the name of that card? It's basically 5 mana black, get a creature back from your graveyard, and it has a flashback for white and 3. It's a recent set. I know the card, I know the art. It's from the same set that has the Overworld Secrets. I just don't know the name, and gives it wheel. So definitely a pickup here that I want. It can get creatures in my graveyard, it can get answers. It's a blue card, of course, but it's just a pretty strong card, like Elishnor now, plus that card. God damn it, I'm just gonna look this up. Like, this is the second video in a row where I did not know the answer. So I need to know it. Name contains, no, Oracle contains, graveyard, and flashback. Here we'll go for the Spreading Seas. I don't think I'll play any of these, but Spreading Seas it is. Card type sorcery, of course. It costs black. I think it's uncommon, and it has a converted mana cost of 5. Search. The card is named on Burial Rite. Engineered Explosives here seems to be the better card. Like Sinkhole I probably won't play. Engineered is just an all-round answer. It can get discarded to Thirst for Knowledge, so yeah. This is actually interesting. Like, I don't think Spinning Darkness is good enough. I think Sorin's Thirst is a bit better against the aggro decks. I do like Directus Carnarium though, but I think that is better. So yeah, what do I want? I want Elishnor or another big creature that I can cast. I'll get a Messenger here, but I probably won't play it. I can also get a Pulse, and if I go green, nah, seems unlikely. Putrid Imp is definitely a decent card. Like, it allows me to discard big creatures out of my hand. On Burial Rite, so gotta keep that name in mind. So there's the Elishnor. The question is, do I really want to pick it up over Living Dead? Still think I do. It's a creature I asked for, and I got it. What can wheel here? Living Dead can wheel, Ultimate Price can wheel. Cards that I'll play, I'm going over cards that I'll play. But I think Elishnor, have to pick it up, right? The odds of me getting Griselbrand or something seems low. This is just a card I asked for, so why would you not pick a card you ask for? There's Treachery in this pack, wow. I was thinking about picking up the Marshlands and I noticed the Treachery, like, sick. Yeah, can't pass up a broken card here. It's basically control magic, but then a bit better. It's a really sick card, and we already have 3 control effects, so despite it being an idea of it being Reanimator, at this point it's not. Mysticate is actually a really good fix for something like Elishnor. I wish I picked up the Yosei now over what exactly. What did I pick over the Yosei? Not sure anymore what I picked over Yosei. I think I picked the land over Yosei, so yeah. Can't complain there, I think. I think picking up an Urza of Basilica over Yosei is correct there. So we're still looking for some reanimation spells, like Reanimate itself. Animate that would be fine, but probably would like something else instead. Umbrella Rite is definitely the card I want, because it works with Gifts Ungiven. Griselbrand, definitely another card I want. I mean, Griselbrand is the nuts card in Reanimator, so yeah, can even guess it. So we have 2 really good reanimation targets. I can even not play the Elishnor maybe, if I feel like my mana base can't support it. But that's a question for later. For now, we'll just pick up a Griselbrand and be happy that we probably have 2 of the best reanimation targets here. There's Forbid, which I think has to be the pick. The buyback actually works with reanimation theme somehow. There's also Oust, but I don't think that's the pick here. There's Knight of Infamy, which is a fine card, but I think Forbid has to be the pick. Yeah, okay. I mean, it protects things, just an all-round decent card. There's Uno's Prowler, again really good with reanimation. It's a big beater. Balance would be fine, Maloko would be fine. But I think I'm gonna pick up a Prowler here and probably cut a Imp then. Show and Tell, yeah, that's gotta be it. Like it's a way to put these into play. It's a decent card with the deck I have at this point, so I'm gonna go for it. Brainstorm, nope. I think since this Divining Top is a stronger card, there's also Persecute, which is pretty good, and Rose, of course. But since this Divining Top is a really sick card, which I always want in a deck. And in Cube, where you have all one-offs, of course, it's definitely a card most people want. There's Entomb. The question is, do I really need Entomb? Like, do I rather have Othercore Waste? Because I already have 1, 2, 3 ways to get this into 5 ways to get this into my graveyard, but I need to have it in my hand at that moment. Question is, do I have a use for Entomb later on? It did wheel, so apparently no one else is Reanimator or something. Maybe Othercore Waste just for the splash is better. Nah, I think I have to go for Entomb here. Living Dead Wield. Yeah, I can't pass that up then. It's just too good. Especially now that we have the Entomb. We're low on creatures though. We have 3 control magics, a bunch of just only 1 really fast finisher in Grisserbrand, and still only 2 reanimation spells. I don't think Living Dead is that sick of a reanimation spell to have. Rocky Tar Pit, do not have a good target for it. What's the other possibility? Nothing. So yeah, maybe if I get another good land. There's Curse Catcher, which I guess is better than the rest. Like Dexus, I don't think I'll ever play that card. Curse Catcher seems to be a possibility. There's Tombstalker and Knight of Infamy. A lot of aggro decks can be white, so maybe Knight of Infamy is a good one. But why wouldn't Tombstalker be better? Nah, let's go for Knight. Bloodghast, sure, probably won't play though, because it's an aggressive card, it can't even block. And Azumi Grave Robber is definitely a card I'll play and hate, because I don't want it to be played against me, which seems obvious. We already have 23 cards, wow. And maybe I don't splash, because it makes Shackles really a bit worse. Although this is a splash for black and this is only a single one, so we can still play plenty of lands. There's a sword, but there's also Tamiyo. I think I have to go for the Tamiyo. Go for the Throat or Doomblade. Maybe one of the two we will, but seems unlikely. Rift and Cloudskate will be picked up by the next blue player. But Tamiyo is just a strong card. There's Terminus, do not care. There's Fetid Heat, another fix. So that has to be the pick. Like Science Spectre, not really a card I want to play. Crucible has no use for me. Yeah, Fetid Heat is fine for the splash. Mystic Gate, both Mystic Gate and Fetid Heat can actually cast Elish Norn on their own, so I probably do not want to play the Ors of Basilica. Just these two. Because if I do not play Plane, I need to have the Plane plus. Yeah, okay. I am recording it. I need to have the Plane plus the Ors of Basilica to cast it. While if I had Fetid Heat or the Mystic Gate on their own, they can actually cast Elish Norn. So I do not think that at this point I would actually play Ors of Basilica. Unless, of course, you get an Iona. It's another really good target to bring in with Show and Tell. It's a really good target to reanimate. It's just a pretty good card. Like Muldrifter, Bloodgift Demon, definitely cards I want. But Iona, I think is game breaking, but there's also Visara. Oh, the options! Iona is just GG, right? Show and Tell Iona into play. Yeah, okay, let's get Iona and see where it brings us. Still no other reanimation spell. There's Time Warp, which I don't think I'll play. There's Seagate Oracle, which is a fine card. but there's also Spell Pierce to stop removal. Now let's get with Seagate. Seems a bit better. It goes through my deck, and so on and so on and so on. It's Necrotile. There's also an Isolated Chapel. There's also an Impulse. I think I go with Impulse, then hope Isolated Chapel wheels, which seems unlikely. God damn it, is he really gonna start already? So there's Grudress. I think I'll pick that one up. Give me a second here while I mute that goddamn Internet Explorer, because it's gonna be a bunch of spam again. Okay, so someone entered the room. So I had to pause there. There was Frost Titan in the deck, but there was also, of course, Exhume, which I definitely want there if I have Entomb. There's Smother here or Lingering Souls. I think Smother is better because it's not in my splash and it's removal. I guess we'll pick up Watery Grave here. It fixes the mana. There's also Cloudskate though. Goddamn my door. Why does he never close the door? Is Cloudskate better than Watery Grave? Do I need Cloudskate? Now let's go with the Watery Grave. Here I'll pick up the Crucible, but give me a second, I'm gonna close the door. Like there's Silent Spectre, but I'm just not gonna play that card. I'm probably not gonna play Crucible either, but just a better card. There's Lion's Eye Diamond, which I don't want. There's Chromox, I guess. I'll just pick up that card. Spell Pierce Wheel, so we'll pick up that. Grave card, nope. Just Factory, whatever. Do I want to play the gift? I don't think I do. Only have 2 reanimation targets. Wow, Frantic Search is a decent one. Pain's here, yeah, I probably won't play it. Definitely a bunch of cards to cut. Like Night of Infamy is probably gone. Sprency is gone. This is turned out to be a pretty bizarre deck. Dakashaka's engineered. Won't play these. Pass by converted mana cost. Just put these together as the kill cards. Put the creatures at the bottom because that's what we'll do here. Puritan Cool Dress, Curse Catcher. Okay, let's go through the creatures first. Okay, so Bloodghast, no. Curse Catcher, maybe. Putrid, probably not. Painseer, no. Night of Infamy, probably not. Azumi Grave Robber, maybe. Messenger, no. But this seems fine. Like maybe the Putrid Imp still in. We'll see what we got. I think we want all 3 of these. Don't want this. I think we want these. Maybe Thirst in the sideboard, but we'll see. Show and Tell, definitely a card I want to keep. I think all of this is fine as well. Not a gift. Then we still have 6 cards too many. Like Frantic Charge is also an instant. We have a Basilica that generates mana with Frantic Surge, but that's actually not relevant. Question is, do I need this card if I run Thirst? I don't think I do. Probably don't want Engineered main deck either. But is then Thirst Knowledge better than Frantic Surge? Probably. Although turn 3 Frantic Surge, discard one of these, and then casting Axiom is doable. Like, this is probably then better than this. Maybe we just want both and want to cut other cards. So let's bring cards we definitely play. Let's put everything to the top and bring cards we definitely play to the bottom. Yeah, let's go with the reanimation spells that I consider have to be in, and the control spells, of course. So those are in. Those are definitely in. I think top is definitely a good card that we want in the deck as well. MTGO is powerful enough in its own. And Show and Tell, of course, as well, because it brings out these three. Then we have Impulse. It works really well with just finding cards. Liliana is removal and discard for this, so definitely want that in my deck as well. I think I want Smother for sure, just because it's a strong early game removal. And same with Gruul Dress, it gives me something to do in the early turns, and just an all-around decent card. There's Spell Pierce, I'm not too sure about. Vidalcan Shackles, yeah, sure. Although, probably, but it might get cut depending on my mana base. Although, I only play these four. So I'll play these four. And that's only a single island that gets cut for that. All the rest are swamps, basically, that gets cut. So normally the island, because this is an island, it counts for Vidalcan Shackles. So the island count doesn't get lowered. So I'll keep that in. So I'll keep Shackles in. I just put Gift Surrogate to reevaluate it. I think Seagate Oracle is good enough as well. It cantrips, basically. It gives me another card. The question is, do I really need it? Like, let's put in Dismember. It's a removal card. Let's put it at 1 even. It's a really strong removal card at that. I'm going over this just because I haven't played with this deck a lot. I think I don't need Living Dead. Like, it's a rather god effect though. Like, you lose the board advantage and then just go Living in Dead, your entire board is gone, and I get a creature in play. I think it's good enough that I wanted in here. Una's Prowler, definitely another good discarder. It's a decent creature as well, so let's put that in. I think for Bit it's the only counter I have. It works together with this card, so let's get that in there. Then there's Spell Pierce. It's a great card to have, just to stop your opponent from removing one of these maybe, or using a counter spell, or protecting yourself, or just buying you time. It's probably not as strong in Cube these days as it used to be, but it's still a decent card. So we have 8 cards here, we need to cut 6, so there's only 2 more of these that we can actually add. I think it has to be Thirst and Seagate Oracle. But is Thirst better than Frantic Surge? That's the question. Like, maybe just go Thirst and Frantic Surge, like both of these, and say fuck you Seagate Oracle, bring it in against other decks. Like this. Just get rid of these 6. Like, Pewter Dimp is fine for discarding, but we have, at this point, we have Uno's Prowler, Entomb, Liliana, and these, which seems good enough. We basically have 5 ways to get it in the graveyard, 3 ways to reanimate it, and 3 ways to reanimate it, right? Yeah, okay. And 1 way to just bring it into play from hand. So this seems fine, actually. The question is, do I really need more against aggro, which Seagate Oracle would bring me? And then I probably don't want Spell Pierce, but want the Oracle, but I think Spell Pierce is good enough. Against aggro we have this and this. We have these two. Those are good against aggro. Am I scared of aggro? Like, we already have Crew Dress. This seems fine. Let's... are we sure? Yeah, okay, let's try this. Suggest no, we will not run any planes. I think we do it like this. Let's put them a bit separate here. So that's an island. So then we have 8/8 pass bank converted mana cost. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I'll see you guys for round 1, which starts immediately apparently.